What is going on, everybody? It is Abach1654 here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video on how to unlock all of the Easter eggs, the secret doors, and also the vault in the upstairs bedroom in the second mission of the campaign, which is called the Rook. Now, there's multiple different doors that you can unlock. I'm going to go through step by step. This is pretty much where I'm going to hit play is where we're starting off at when that mission does start. It's like a little side mission where you're setting up a bunch of things like your armory and etc. like that, and it's where you have your mission guide up there on the big board, as you can actually see in the still picture here in the top right. So we're going to go through step by step. I'm going to show you exactly how to open up everything. There's a secret room as well too. So, and there's also different Easter eggs that you'll need to do in certain order for you to unlock certain doors and to get into certain areas to finally be able to get, you know, something that you're going to need to unlock the vault upstairs in the upstairs bedroom. So without further ado, let's hit play here and let's get into it. So let's start off. So you're in the main area where Woods is as well. You're going to take a right and go into here. You're going to find a blacklight. This is very important. You're going to need this throughout the entire map. So it's right next to the piano. So I would find that. And then the next step is I would go outside, go down these stairs here, and I would go outside to where you're going to actually go to like an empty barn area with like an outside like sunroom or whatever. And there's a piece of paper here. Now the piece of paper will give you that indication that there actually is a secret bunker. So there's a sealed, like the right here at the bottom, it says there's a sealed bunker beneath the house. Where is it? How to access it? Also, there's the first one, which is crack the safe in the bedroom, which is upstairs. We'll get to that as well too. And there's get the furnace going and investigate the piano. So there's all these different steps you're going to need in order to unlock the safe in the bedroom and then be able to explore that secret bunker as well. So let's jump on into that. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to be running back into the house here. What you're going to want to do is follow the same footsteps that you came in. You're going to go past the main lobby here, and you're going to go towards what would be like the front door and the first staircase that you see. You're going to want to go up those staircases, take a hard right, and then it's the first door on the right. You're going to want to open that one, go through it, and then it's the bedroom on the right. This is where the vault is located. So the vault is there. It's locked. In order for you to unlock it, you need a 4-digit code. So, and we're going to figure out that 4-digit code by the end of the video here. So let's start going down. Let's start skimming through. Okay, so now we're back into the main area. A quick off to the right is where the basement will then end up being. So you're going to want to take that quick right. Well, I'll redo it again here. So I'm coming through the kitchen area, but it's right off of where you're going to be with Woods and Marshall there. So you're going to want to take a right. It's that first door, and you'll be able to go then into the basement where the boiler is. And then what you're going to want to do is once you walk down the stairs here, there's a little tape recorder there if you want to play that. Really not that important. You can go through this door here, and this is where the boiler room is. Now, there's an actual sheet of paper on this bench here, which will kind of give you a guide on how to properly make the boiler work, and to where you're not giving it too much of the water, but you're not giving it too much of the gas as well too. So we play around with it a little bit just to see exactly which ways that you need to set it. So there's two different things. When you're hitting the pilot there, it'll give you a buzz sound if it's incorrect. And this also is just another one here where it says, I'm thinking the boiler might be providing power to a hidden part of the house, which is a hidden bunker that we were talking about earlier. We haven't found it yet. And then place a blacklight upstairs if you want to do some investigating, which we'll need that after we're done doing the boiler here. But in order to get through all these secret doors, you're going to need to have this boiler working because it's giving the power to downstairs. And that secret basement. So you're going to want to end up doing that, and we'll jump on into the method that you're going to have to do in order to get this boiler working. And there's a 2-step process with this boiler and how it's supposed to work. So, and that little door up there actually is what's leading into it. So there's different gauges on there, and what you're going to want to do is make sure that the gauges are set in the right direction before you hit that pilot. Okay, so we're doing some testing. So this is going to show you pretty much how it's going to sound if you don't hit it right. So what I did was just turn off the boiler fully, and there's fuel there where I turn off the fuel as well. I go to hit the pilot, and then you'll hear that buzz sound. That means you did not get it. So I put that up, hit the boiler, hit that again. You don't end up getting it. Okay, so the proper way to actually get it to working correctly is you'll hear this. So we'll go back. So what I did was I ended up turning the boiler all the way off, so it's at 0, and the pilot is at 50%. I'm sorry, the flame is at 50%. So we'll keep going back here. We'll show it again. That was a buzz. Then you'll hear this. And then that little green light on the side worked, and that is indicating that you got the first step done. So the boiler has to be at 0. That's the gauge there, and then the fuel has to be at 50%. Now, in order to get it to fully kick on, what you're going to have to end up doing here is making sure, I believe, that the fuel is at 100%, and then it's good to go. No, my apologies. So you're going to have to then, what you'll end up doing is then putting the boiler to 100%, and then it's fully ready to go. That's where I was getting mixed up. So make sure that the boiler then you push up to 100%. You'll never have to touch the fuel again. So put the fuel gauge at 50, and then you're going to have to put the boiler all the way up to then 100, and you'll hear that second one. So now you're all set to go. Now let's go on over to the next step here, which we're going to be getting into going for the piano. So for the piano, you're going to need that black light. You can see the footsteps there. This is the secret door. In order for you to access it, this is going to bring us downstairs to that secret bunker. There's a piano there. You need the black light because then it'll highlight all of the special keys that are on there for you to be able to hit the right sequence for you to open this door. In order to find that sequence, they are actually on the wall. So the first one is MN. That's going to be the first key that you're going to want to make sure you hit. The next one over the fireplace is going to be PE. That's going to be the second one. Third one is going to be over this door here, which is a C and like a backwards N. And then the fourth one is going to have an arrow there, and it's going to be over this doorway, which is like an A and an O. And there's one more, which is also PE as well, which is 5. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you put those into the piano in that sequence in order to be able to unlock that secret door. So here's us putting it in. We're going to go MN. PE. We're going to go to C backwards N. Then we're going to go like an AO. And then we're going to go back to PE. Then the secret door opens. And then you go down into the secret door here. So you're going to want to leave that black light on because it's pitch black down there. But what it'll do is it'll unlock this door. If you try to go down there and the boiler is not on, see how it's lit green? It will not be lit green. It'll be lit red and you won't be able to get in. So this is the downstairs hidden bunker to go into. There's rooms to the left, there's rooms to the right, and there's room straight down there. This is just a basic translations into like one of the Easter eggs here to let you know like what was going on with because it's an old KGB pretty much safe house. There's a door here that will say locked, or it'll say open, but it'll be locked. That's the only door down that hallway. The other one will say locked. What you're going to have to do is the door to the right there next to that note is actually going to be how you're going to be able to access these and unlock these doors. So there's a keypad, and that's something that you're going to have to go into. Now, you only get 4 chances, and they're different every time. So the code that I am currently doing is not going to be the same code for you, but it'll show you exactly how to do it. What you're going to want to kind of look for is where the fingerprints here are the most pushed on those numbers. So I actually failed the first one, and I had to go to a second one, but I would make sure that you pay attention when you're putting in these sequences, what's not been used so you don't use that same one again, which is the wrong location, and which one is correct, obviously. So that's what I would look for in these. So let's move ahead a little bit to where I actually was able to find the sequence and unlock it correctly. Okay, so here I started putting in some codes, started to figure it out. 8 and 3 was one of those codes, and the 8 and 6 was over there. So sometimes numbers are done used twice. Sometimes numbers are not used at all. So that's why I'd be very careful with how you do it. But we actually got super lucky on this one and unlocked it. So once you have all of them, they'll all turn green, and this door will open here. Now, what I would recommend doing is looking at this note here, because this will actually tell you some information that you're going to need in order to get a certain access to a certain door. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you're going into the mainframe, which is a actual computer, which is around actually behind you. So you can be able to access in there. You're going to have to put in codes in order to unlock those 2 locked doors. So it's like a step before the step in order to unlock those 2 doors. And then I would turn around there. That's where you'll have the hack the computer. It'll tell you exactly how to do that. It's actually fairly simple. You just match up the alphabet to the code that's in it. So this one's 9776. So this one's just, you match it up with the letter down there. And this one is going to read out the word room, and you can put that in there, and pretty much you end up figuring it out pretty simple, like what it's going to end up saying. And there's only about 4 of these per override, and then you'll be able to unlock and access it from there. So the first one is room. Then there's a second one here, so 8, so it's 856, so it's going to be, I believe, bunker is going to be the next one. And after that, we have 3870, and that's going to pretty much say the word open. And then this is the longest one, I believe, that we do have. And once you end up unlocking or putting all of these in there, which just takes kind of like a minute, this was probably one of the easier steps of the entire Easter egg to open up these secret doors. So once you do that, it'll blink that unlock button there, and that'll bring you to the next step. So you're going to want to go back out there, and you're going to want to go to the room on the right. This one you have to go to first in order to get to the other one. You'll see it's already unlocked there. It already opened. Go in there. There's going to be another door over there. But what you're going to want to do is read that piece of paper right here, which means that, so they were interrogating somebody and someone swallowed the key for the other room. And that's going to be within this next room here. So I would just leave the black light on just so you can actually see, because it's like pitch black down here. You're going to have to pick this lock really quick. So it's kind of just takes like a moment where you can match up the springs, and then once you feel like the vibration in your controller, or if you're on PC, you may not feel any vibration there, but it'll kind of pop up whitish here. You'll see it kind of jump a little bit, and then that means that you unlocked it. So you have to do that for all 3 of these. And then once you unlock all 3 of these here, then the door will swing wide open. Then you have unlocked that kind of the interrogation room they have there. And the key that you're going to be looking for is right onto that desk there. So you want to grab that key, because that's how you're going to get through the secret room that on the opposite side there when you first came in. So you're going to want to go back over to this room here, and you're going to have to hit open twice. So the first time you do it, it won't open it. Then the second time, it'll actually open it. And it's really cool on the inside. It's legitimately all very similar to like Nuketown. It has like a little bit of like a kind of like one Russian spy saying to another about opening up the lock upstairs in the bedroom, and there actually is a radio that you're going to turn on really quick. But it's really cool. You get all like the mannequins and stuff like that. You need the blacklight for this because there's hidden numbers all around the room. As you can see, we're unveiling them as I'm scanning through. There's all these different numbers, but you're going to want to tune this radio. This radio is going to give you kind of like a riddle for you to find out what the numbers are in order to plug into the safe in the upstairs. And this one took me a little while because they're not all the same. So once you adjust the frequency and the amplitude with your analog sticks, it'll give you this. And it'll keep repeating it. So it'll just keep giving you this. So if you don't get it the first time, that's okay. And this is me trying to figure this out. So after someone left the iron on the windowsill, the curtain caught fire. The American didn't notice. He was too busy watching cartoons on the television while eating sugar-coated cereal. So the sugar-coated cereal part, I really didn't understand, but the iron was the iron board right there, which was 4. The curtain, which was 0. The TV has one on the side of it, which is the 3. So I know it's 403 so far. But the last one was really hard for me to figure out. I didn't really know what it was. And if you can figure out the first 3 of them, then you're pretty good. So if you could figure out the first 3, I think you'd be pretty good, because then all you would need is just kind of run through the last number of like the 9 numbers that you can put in there, and it'll unlock it there. So I at least got those. They are different every single time, so this might take you a little bit longer, but it'll keep repeating it until you go back upstairs and go to the bunker. So let's go back upstairs into that bedroom and try this code out on the safe up there, and let's see how this one works. Okay, so we're gonna go back upstairs there. I thought that was an awesome room. It was pretty cool. I liked how it was like all about Nuketown, and it was very similar to that. So it's like all these like extra American stuff that they like were hiding in there that pretty much the KGB agents were like got from somewhere, which is probably that Nuketown area. But anyways, we'll go up into the room, and then we're gonna try this out on the safe. So remember, it was 403, and it ended up being 7. Which the 7 was above there. And what you're going to end up unlocking is $1,000 in this safe, which is going to allow you to set up everything that you're going to need on this, like, pretty much, home base that you guys have now with woods and Marshalls. So it was actually on the picture frame there. So it was on the picture frame of a guy's face. And I actually ran back down there to kind of see what it was. But that's where that last number was there. So that's how you unlock all the secret rooms. That's how you get everything that you need in order to unlock those rooms, and where all the Easter eggs are. And then, as you can hear it, the radio is not repeating it any longer. But that's where that was that last one was on that picture frame, which was the 7 right there. So but I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope that it was helpful for you as well too. This took me a while to figure all this stuff out, but this is all of the Easter eggs for the secret door and all the steps that you're going to need in order to unlock that safe upstairs and to get into this room here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, if you could give a like and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Take care.